Manchester United 2, Crystal Palace 1. Welcome to Hunter State FC. Let's get into it. Michael Carrick ended up going with a setup that a lot of people were calling for, which is to make Benjamin Sesko the focal point and then play Cunha and then Mbuemo. It ended up paying off, but the game started off a little bit slow. It didn't help when Crystal Palace got their first goal in the 4th minute, and that corner kick was very lousy, by the way. It never should have happened, but it did happen. And after Crystal Palace got their goal against Manchester United, you could clearly see that Manchester United didn't really have a way to penetrate Crystal Palace. They didn't have a clear strategy. At least it wasn't obvious that this is what Manchester United is trying to do to get back into the game. This is what they're trying to do to beat Crystal Palace. And because of that, the passes were a little bit slow. You could see it was so slow. There wasn't really any sense of clear threat towards Crystal Palace. But this goes back to a video I talked about, which is that when teams play low block, which Crystal Palace was always going to do, and especially after they got their first goal against us, if you have Benjamin Sesko, a very tall striker, as your focal point, what you have to do is you just have to go in with just one strategy. Very simple. We make our passes, and every pass we do is deliberately towards the wings. We beat our press on the wing, and then we send crosses through. It's simple. Every single thing you're doing in the game is to accomplish this thing. You're going to do it multiple times until the game ends. You have your defense, you have your mid, you have your wingers, and you have your attacker. Every pass you do, every player you beat, it should be directed towards sending a cross into the box for Benjamin Sesko to head it in. It's a very simple strategy. Pep Guardiola does this all the time. And when he's doing it with the passes, you might not see it. But exactly what he's trying to accomplish is to just get the ball to the wing, beat the press on the wing, and send the cross through. When Bruno Fernandes had the ball, what did he do? He beat his player, sent the cross in, and Benjamin Sesko, great header, got the goal. This is exactly what I've been talking about this whole time. Having a player like that as the focal point makes you having a strategy to win a little bit clearer. It makes it very clear. So every pass, every move, there is a sense of direction towards it. Spread it, be your player, bring it in, head it. If they clear it, fine. But Manchester United needs to keep doing that until we get the goal we want. And we ended up getting one goal from it, but they didn't even do it as much. Bruno Fernandes did it a couple of times. Most of the time, there are players who try to beat their press on the wing, and they try to take it far end to the line before they make the cross, and usually it's low cross. But it completely defeats the importance of Benjamin Sesko. You are on the wing. You don't have to go so far to the corner line until you make the cross. We are not playing, back in the day kind of football. In today's game, look at where Bruno Fernandes crossed the ball to Sesko. It is very similar to where Mbuemo crossed his ball to Sesko on the goal that Sesko got. That gave us the draw. So it's very similar. You really don't have to go to the far end. And if you go to the far end, you can make a low cross. But most of the time, because of his height, you have to make a high cross so that he can leverage his height. That's the most important thing. And we ended up getting a penalty. Now, this penalty is very controversial. Not only that, the red card itself has made a lot of people talk. There's so much talk on the internet right now. And there are people who are saying it's not a red card. It should have been a penalty. Look, if it was against us, I would have said it's too soft. The player went down too easy. But he did grab him. So there's no lie about that. Cunha made the most out of that. But the truth is that he did grab him. Now, when it comes to the red card situation, there is a clear rule that says that if a clear and obvious chance to score is stopped by a foul, it should result in a penalty and a red card. It is a clear rule. So, when Bruno gave Cunha the pass, Cunha turned, removed himself, was completely ahead, and then the defender grabbed him a little bit and then let him go. Cunha fell. He did foul him. We all know it was soft. It was very soft. But the foul was clear that it happened. It was a matter of, is he now going to give him a red card or not? The referee couldn't have done anything about it but to give him a red card. There is nothing the referee could have done about this, because the law is the type of law that has the if this then that clause. If this happens, then that follows. He didn't even have any choice in the situation, even though he's the referee, because it's a clear rule. If a clear chance is stopped through a foul, then a red card follows. It was so soft. So the only way that he could have avoided the red card was to not give the penalty at all. As long as he gives the penalty from him being in the box, and then they have to check, and that's why he went to the VAR. They checked it, and it became obvious that Cunha was literally one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And as long as he's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, it's described as clear and obvious chance to score. Because the foul happened, the red card had to happen. The referee couldn't have stopped it. Now, people are talking about it. I don't know if a lot of people actually realize that's how the rule is, because the referee couldn't have done anything about it. People thought the referee could just decide, I'm not going to give him a red card. No, the referee couldn't have decided, I'm not going to give him a red card. He didn't have a say in it. It's the rule. As long as he actually accepted the penalty and Cunha was one-on-one with the goalkeeper, he had no choice. One thing he could have done, two things could have happened. He could have denied the penalty, that's one, but it was a penalty. Even though it was very soft, the foul happened. Therefore, it was a penalty. Two, he could have said that it wasn't clear and obvious, but he couldn't. But the second option was void, because he was literally one-on-one with the goalkeeper. So there was no way he could have said it wasn't clear and obvious. And that's the reason why the red card came. Now, the only thing we can talk about, and the only thing maybe we can push for, is for a change in the rule. That there needs to be some space for the referee to actually decide and think whether they should give a red card, a yellow card, or give no card at all. There needs to be some kind of discretion for the referees, for them to decide based on what they are seeing. But as it is now, the rule is so blunt and clear. The rule is literally a, if this then that. So the referee doesn't have that discretion in there. And so the debate, the argument that's going on, what we can actually do is talk about it more and push for maybe a rule change. That is what we have to push for. There needs to be some level of discretion that belongs to the referee, that the referee can choose by looking at the situation, decide. I do understand that this was a penalty, but the foul was so soft, it wasn't that aggressive. Based on that, I'll give him a yellow card. Or the penalty is harsh enough, so I'll just give them a penalty and give them no card. But as it stands now, that is what the rule says, and that's the reason why the player got the red card. So me personally, I did not want any player to get a red card. When I saw it and I saw him going to the VAR, I knew it was going to be a red card, because I know that law. That is how that law is. That is how that rule is. And I don't like Manchester United players playing against 10 men. I don't like it, because whenever Manchester United does that, the game becomes a little bit easy for them. But then on the next game, it affects them. When we got the red card, when the Spurs player got a red card, when we were playing against Spurs, we played against the 10 men. Then we ended up getting the win, but psychologically it was a little bit easier than it should have been. What it does is it affects the players in the next game. So instead of you to kind of get used to difficulty, so that when the situation is softer, you can enjoy, you get used to situations that are soft, and then when the game becomes difficult, you don't really know how to play. It clearly affected our next game when we had that advantage towards Spurs due to their one man down, and we playing against 10 men in this Crystal Palace game as well. We all know that gave us the penalty, but there is also a part that also helped us in winning as well. I I genuinely think that we would have won regardless. But I just wanted the players to get used to that aggression. They have to get used to that fierceness, because the moment it becomes easy, that is when our next game we start suffering. So Benjamin Sesko's goal was incredible. The guy is good in the air. I don't know if anybody noticed. There was a time where Bruno beat a press on the wing and he sent a low driven cross into the box. There was a defender in the front, and there was Benjamin Sesko on the side of the defender. So he was behind him. Sesko was kind of waiting for the ball to come to him, and the defender cleared it. But what Bruno did was he told Sesko that you should come forward. You should have come forward. Now, I don't know if I'm very sure you guys saw that gesture. You should have come forward, which is that don't wait. Don't, even though I've made the cross, don't stand there and wait for the ball to come to you. In most times, the ball will come to you. But in this particular situation, don't wait for the ball to come to you. Run. Try everything you can to beat the defender. Even though the ball is in progress, try what you can to beat the defender and get some kind of touch on it. So that is what Bruno told Sesko in the game. And what happened? When Bruno got the chance and made the cross, this time around, Benjamin Sesko tried everything he could to get in front of the defender. And that is how he ended up getting that incredible header. What a header that is. And Benjamin Sesko keeps growing. I said it in my last video. He keeps growing. He keeps growing. The way Carrick is managing this player is incredible. And Carrick is developing him so well. And if you look at our next game between Newcastle, I'm thinking that Michael Carrick should actually start Ahmad, play Mbuemo, and then Cunha. That's what I'm thinking. Because I want him to come from the bench again and surprise us. But this time around, as I said, Carrick is the manager. Let's see what he's doing. Let's see if he's going to surprise us again. But as it is now, Sesko is on fire and he keeps growing. It's not one of those forced performance. No, it's performance that is actually coming out of confidence. It's coming out of understanding. Because as I said, when Bruno pointed out that thing to him, this time around, he actually fought to come forward. And that's how he got the goal. So let's just keep watching his development. But I think that we've got one hell of a striker on our hand. And hey, we're all here for it. Now, we are... I was going to say we are comfortably in third. But I wouldn't say we are that comfortable in third. We are level with Aston Villa. And we are in third position. Can you believe this? Yes, we are. Now, Arsenal has already beaten Chelsea. So Chelsea is behind us now. The only team that might worry us is Aston Villa themselves and Liverpool. But even these two guys, they can comfortably take the fourth and fifth position. And we will be okay. As it is now, we are in third position comfortably, and I think we're going to win our game against Crystal Palace. Don't be surprised if we actually go unbeaten for the rest of our games, but that is a little bit of a stretch. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but hey, you never know. We keep taking it one after the other. So let's just hope for the best. Our game against Newcastle on Wednesday is going to be hot. It's going to be really hard. But I think United is going to be victorious in that game. And we might actually solidify third place for us. And next season, the champions, we are going to be there. We are going to be there. Everybody knows that we're not being in the Champions League this season. There is no fun there. You see, Manchester United is not there. So it's a little bit slow. It's not that fun. When we are there, whether we're performing or we are not performing, people love it. Because we have lovers and we have haters. So we are not there. It's a little bit boring. But next season, we are repping. We're definitely going. So let's see what happens in our game against Newcastle. I'll make another video, a preview to see how we can set up. But as I said, the most important thing is that we have Benjamin Sesko. We have a height advantage. One strategy. Every move should be towards sending a cross into the box for him to direct it into the pole. This is not hard. So every pass, every player we beat, every player we take on, every press we make, it should be towards that goal. And I think we're going to see a lot of success coming out of that. It was nice talking to you guys. Like this video, leave your comment in the comment section. I want to see what you guys think as well. Subscribe, leave a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one.